my kind of job, bank statement forensic audit, is a very, very, very sensitive job. Now, what do I mean by it's a very, very sensitive job? In the sense that, one, a lot of people, based on ethical and integrity issue that affects them, they won't want to give you their bank statements to review because they are afraid that, probably you're a government spy or a tax authority spy, and they are underpaid on their tax liabilities and everything. Except they really know you well, would they give you the job to do? Since I started my practice, I've handled approximately over 120 clients.
Wow.
So,
okay. Wow, that's huge.
And note, of the 120 clients that I'm talking about, it's not every time you do a bank statement forensic audit that you find exceptions.
Yeah. Okay.
No. Okay. It might not be. It might not be more than.
Talk about that. Yeah. Let's see.
So it's not as if you might do a review of 6 years of a particular company's bank statement, and actually there will be really nothing. The bank, were above board in terms of
very, very good. I'm happy to hear that.
Stuff. Yes, but where you find errors most of the time is when you are reviewing facilities.
Okay.
That is credit relationships,
okay.
Right? Because that's where the problem normally happens most of the time. Or you are reviewing compliance with agreed terms. What do I mean by agreed terms? Terms like interest on daily balances.
Okay.
Right? You might say, okay, give me interest on daily balances of 5%.
Yeah.
And by the time you start doing your computation, you will discover that the interest the bank actually gave you probably is no more than 3%. But you won't bother calculating because you don't even know how to calculate it in the first place. A lot of people don't know how to do the calculation in the first place.
Yeah.
They don't know. Let me give you an example. A friend of mine obtained a mortgage. In fact, a colleague of mine obtained a mortgage. He's a banker and all that stuff. But funny enough, it's not all bankers that even know. Can I tell you one thing?
Go on.
Let me start this way. I told you before that I've gone through almost every aspect of banking.
Yeah.
Right? I've headed almost every aspect of banking, right? While I was head of investigation and regional head of clearing, right? I never knew how to do the calculations myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Of this bank statement forensic audit. Now, it wasn't until I became the head of investigation of an international bank in Nigeria that I had to learn how to do it. Now, let me tell you another secret. I was in corporate audit group. Corporate audit group itself had various departments, which I headed at one point or the other. I was head of audit implementation and monitoring. I was head of head office audit. I was head of branch audit Abuja and North.
Okay.
I was head of investigation. The only thing I didn't head or do was be a chief inspector of a Nigerian bank.
Okay.
That's the only thing I never did. Now, let me tell you the truth. Let me blow your bubble. In my team, when I was head of investigation, right? The investigation was divided into two. There was bank statement forensic audit.
Yeah.
And there was fraud investigation, right?
Okay.
Now, you'll be surprised that those in fraud investigation reporting to me did not know how to do bank statement forensic audit.
Okay.
Even though we were in the same department, investigation. The only people that handled bank statement forensic audits that were reporting to me were just 4 people. Can you beat that?
Yeah.
So in the whole corporate audit group, there were just 4 people who were expertly competent.
Yeah.
You mark my adjective, expertly competent to handle it. The others might be able to know the periphery.
Yeah.
Right? But once they hit a brick wall, they will still need to come back to us to enlighten them as regards where they went wrong or where they went right and all that stuff.
So it's an expert
people in audit department
function
have a knowledge gap. You can now imagine other departments that we are talking about.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to tell you now?
I understand.